Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fish room for a minute. Quick update we got going on here. My Bolbitis Hoodalody is overgrown. It's overgrown the tank, it's gigantic, and is that a good thing? I don't know. Is it a bad thing? I don't know. It's not the biggest deal. It's just too big for my aquarium. Now, one of the cool things about this weird fern that comes from Africa, it's really adaptable to a lot of systems. As it matures, it eventually grows bigger and bigger and bigger. I've been fertilizing this plant and growing this plant under nice LED lights for a long period of time. And at this point in time, now the leaves are over 24 inches tall. All of the new leaves are gonna grow over 24 inches tall. So this thing is gonna have to get moved. I gotta move it somewhere else, which means I gotta take it to an aquarium that's more than 24 inches tall. I'm gonna take this up to my friend Corey's house. You might know him from Aquarium Co-op, and I'm gonna drop it in his big 800 gallon and let him deal with it because it's just grown too big. Now, I've got a bunch of baby plants from this that are gonna be going into another aquarium at some point in time. In the meantime, I'm gonna be just keeping them down in my sumps just to keep them healthy and, underwater and keep them healthy, But they're gonna be going in some other tanks later on. I'm just saving them for some other projects down the road. And that's also one of the benefits of having a sump is that I can have extra plants like that. I can just keep them alive, growing in the sump. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing. But this thing is so big, and let me see if I can get it out of here while everybody's on, while I'm on camera. Let's get this thing out. I can show you just how big it is. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how big one Bolbitis fern will grow. And I can bring it out here. The floor is going to get a little bit wet, but there it is. That's how you grow one giant Bolbitis. It'll grow this big. So this gives you an idea. With enough time, a little bit of fertilizer, and a healthy environment, your plants can grow huge. But as you can see down here, all of the new leaves and everything growing off of this will grow quite large. It's all adapted to growing large now. It's one of the cool things about this plant that as it grows more mature, bigger, and longer, you can see some of the stalks down here. There's the thick, it's a super thick stalk on here, but it's one of the cool things about as this plant matures, it gets bigger, So if you think about it in terms of like a person that grows, and once they're full adult size, they don't regrow any baby parts. Well, that's kind of the same thing with this Bolbitis, and growing great. But I think it's just outgrown my system. So I think I'll be rehoming this up to the coop and passing it on to a bigger aquarium where it'll have a better life. And this is a 240 gallon aquarium. Give you an idea how big that plant is. So that's what's going on a whatever day. It's a day that ends in Y. Later.